Hi, my name is Leah, and I am obsessive compulsive. It's actually been troubling me a lot lately. I've been going through a lot lately. It's been really difficult, more difficult than it has been in a very, very long time. So I wanted to start a video series so I could have someone to speak to, even if it's just random strangers on the internet. I hope I can relate to other people somehow. I hope other people can relate to me. If you aren't obsessive compulsive, I hope that my videos will give you some insight into what it feels like, so you can understand better. And if you are, then I hope that giving you something to relate will be helpful. That's actually something I've been doing. I've been looking up other people's accounts of their experiences, either in writing or via video on YouTube. So I hope that I can help you as well. I should briefly introduce myself, talk about who I am, what I do. So my name is Leah, and I am 21 years old. I go to a small liberal arts college in the South. I'm a junior, double majoring in English and philosophy with a certificate in creative writing. So I'm pretty ambitious, you can probably tell. I want to be involved in a lot of things. I want to succeed. And in the past, I have been good about getting what I need to get done. But lately that hasn't been the case. I actually have a lot of assignments that have been due, and I haven't turned them in, not because I don't want to, or because I'm being lazy, but because I actually can't do them, or I work on them and they take an absurdly large amount of time. So that's not good. But one of the things that I've noticed is that there are generally like two conceptions of OCD, and the first one is that it's a quirky thing that some people do, and it's characterized by wanting to clean things, and that's pretty much it. Just if you want something cleaned or organized, then you're being a little OCD. And that's not the case. Well, kind of, but not really. In fact, most obsessive compulsives don't actually have an obsession with cleanliness. I do. But there are plenty who don't, and it's important to recognize that there are far more symptoms, far more behaviors than just the cleaning and organizing. So, yeah. I hope that we can recognize that and recognize that this is a serious part of a lot of people's lives. It's a serious part of mine. I spend a significant portion of my time worrying about things or cleaning things or organizing and doing whatever. I think that another conception that people have of OCD is that it's something that people should be pitied for, and it's actually something that a lot of obsessive compulsives might disagree with me on, but I find that a lot of the literature explaining what OCD is and trying to tell people about it, it just portrays us all as sufferers, and it provokes this kind of pity from people, and I don't want pity. I really don't. I don't even necessarily want your sympathy so much as I want your understanding. I want you to be able to understand where I'm coming from and to see how it could be something that you or someone you know could, I mean, it could just be something that you kind of slip into. Not that it's like not to demean what it's like, but just that it's not something completely other and outside, and it's something that varies. We all experience obsessions and compulsions. Even if you aren't diagnosed with OCD, you do. It's part of being human. It's just a little bit difficult, a little bit different for us. Because it's more extreme, making it really hard. But hopefully by understanding, you'll learn better about how to have conversations about obsessive compulsives, and to interact with people like me. I know that I feel very alone sometimes because I don't know anyone else like me, and I know that I often worry a lot about telling other people what I want in me, but there are a lot of people who do things to mess me up. Just, it isn't that they mean to, it's that they don't realize what they're doing most of the time. It's not something that you can just mess with and be like, well, this will mess with this person's OCD, like, that's so funny, haha. It's actually, like, really serious. But I should probably explain my symptoms kind of briefly. This is just the introductory video, and hopefully I'll have more to follow. But I am obsessed with cleanliness, which is something that they call contamination OCD. Anytime I feel like something is germy or dirty, I will have to clean it. And anything it touched, because then that's dirty. And it isn't necessarily just germs for me. It's just kind of general, like, grossness, dirtiness. I don't really have a good way of explaining it. But anyways, obsession with cleanliness. I also have an obsession with symmetry. I don't like it when things are asymmetrical, especially on my body. If I touch myself here, and I want to touch myself here with my other hand on the other side, it can be to varying degrees. Sometimes, anytime I brush up against something on one side of my body, I have to do it on the other also. So that can be frustrating. It can take up a lot of time. And it's just what it feels. It's just, I have to do it until it feels right. That's pretty much it. So those are my two biggest things. The obsession with cleanliness is the biggest, followed by symmetry. But I also have other things. I have the check-in, where I have to check things to make sure that they're done. Maybe I'm leaving my room for the day, and I have to check to make sure my computer's plugged in. And I might remember plugging it in, but I still have to go check. And I might have to multiple times. So it probably will seem like, well, how come you have to check multiple times if, you know you did it? Well, I don't believe I did it sometimes, and, I doubt myself, I doubt my memories, I doubt my abilities. So, I just have to check things, and it's not as prevalent as my other symptoms, but it is an important part of my life. Another thing is counting. That's an obsessive compulsive behavior that you're probably aware of. I'm sure I don't count as much as other people do. Other people have it way worse than I do. But I do find myself counting a lot. I'll count out beats and rhythms. I will count out steps sometimes. Sometimes I'll just count out like breaths or just like some sort of beat in my head. Probably sounds really weird. Yeah, counting. I don't have any specific number that I have to count to, which is fortunate, because a lot of people do. I do have this thing where like there are some numbers I like and some I don't like. Even numbers are generally good, and numbers that are multiples of 5 are pretty good. Or no, they're divisible by 5, sorry, it's late. I haven't been able to sleep actually because of my obsessions and compulsions, but I'll not bother you with that right now. Yeah, numbers that are divisible by 5 and even numbers are generally good. Generally. I'm trying to think of exceptions. It just depends on what it is, really. Like, it could be something simple like the volume on the TV, in which case it could be 4, and that would be kind of acceptable. It would be better if it were 5, though. But on the other hand, if it's like on a scale from like 1 to 100 or something like that, and it's 34, then I'll be like, no, it has to be 35. Or else I can scale back and say it's 30, but 34 is unacceptable. But I mean, it just depends. It depends on what I'm feeling like, so it's not really that consistent. I ruminate a lot. I think about things that have happened in my past, what happened, what should have happened, what I should have done differently. I think about things that will happen in my future or that could possibly happen, even if I have no intention of making it happen. Conversations that I would have with other people, potentially conversations I would have with myself. I explain my life to myself a lot. I just explain, which probably sounds weird. Maybe it's kind of weird. I don't know. I honestly thought that like everyone else had as many thoughts as I did. But then I found out that that wasn't the case, and that was really interesting and bizarre. But yeah, I analyze everything obsessively, of course. I do that. So yeah, those are a bunch of my symptoms, and I will probably go into more depth with them later. I made an entire new account so that I could post these videos, and so I guess people that know me won't immediately like see notifications that we have posted a video or anything. If you know me and you see this, well, that's unavoidable. That's okay. It's probably because you wanted to know about obsessive compulsives. And if you know me, then here you are. Like, this is my life. It's just how I live. I feel like by loading videos, I'm kind of exposing myself, but I would probably need to do that. I need to be able to relate to people, and I need to have other people relate to me, and I need to be brave about posting things. So anyways, here's my first video. Enjoy it. Learn what you can from it. And hopefully you'll watch my videos in the future. So, see you later.